People really just don't think sometimes, do they? Like, bro, what's happening right now is what I always said would happen. And I knew this long ago when things were going a certain way. And I've come to the realization that men have been gaslit. I have been gaslit. We've all been gaslit. All of us. In so many different situations. You involve yourself with a female and they try to make you feel as if you're not good enough. They try to make you feel as if you're a problem. They do things to make it seem like something, if not everything, is your fault, when the whole damn time it was them. And now, today, women have this aura about themselves where they don't need a man, da 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 da, like all this kind of stuff. And they're getting what they asked for today, and you guys are seeing the result. They are getting what they asked for, realizing they absolutely hate what they've asked for. All to find out they didn't actually want what they asked for. And who's to blame here? I suppose that's our fault as well, right? Everything seems to be. No, I didn't mean that. You should have known. Is that right? We're expected to read minds. We're expected to know everything just because. And it's frustrating to be a man, to deal with women. It is hella frustrating, bro. There's not a man alive that would tell you that they're not frustrated with their woman. Like, at times, because it's what happens. Sometimes, bro, you get put in positions where there's no right or wrong answer. Like, I mean, there's no right answer, because there's, no matter what answer you have, it is wrong. Like, you didn't do that, like, you didn't do this, you couldn't have done this, or it's just the craziest stuff you'll ever hear. And women have pushed themselves so far to the point where they started to ask for things they didn't even really want. Men have listened. Men have took that into consideration and they have gone their own way. The MGTOW movement, which now is getting punished on YouTube. If it wasn't, I'd probably make more videos on it, but it is. And people are getting in trouble right now for making MGTOW videos, which is insane. Do men not have the right to go their own way? Like, I don't understand. Men do not want to tolerate no more effery. Men don't want to tolerate no more abuse. Men don't want to tolerate no more of the mind games, of the emotional turmoil, the mental gymnastics. It can get exhausting for men. I dealt with it so much in the past that I had to stop, bro, for over almost a whole decade. Almost a whole decade. I had to stop. It was about 8 years, so it's close to a decade. Very close. Could have easily went a whole decade, but, you know, things happen. But the point is, I needed a lot of time after all my time got wasted, because you have to get that back. And every time you deal with a woman, bro, you're taking a massive risk. You never know what they're gonna do. You never know what's gonna happen. You never know how good it can be for a couple of years and all of a sudden it's done. Every time you deal with a female, you're taking a huge risk because they're emotionally erratic creatures. They don't know what they're doing. I'm telling you full well, none of them know what they're doing. None. They just think they do. But they don't. Some men don't either, but real men know what they're doing. Men who don't got it together yet don't know what they're doing, obviously, but no women know what they're doing. That's the difference. None do. They can act like they do. They can make millions of dollars and act like they have it going and they know what they're doing. Time creeps up a little bit. They come to the realization all that money they made and the millions didn't even matter, and now they don't know what they're doing because they never did. And I'm just being honest. 1,000,000% honest is what I'm being. I've never met a woman in my life that knew what she was doing. Some of them are good at acting like they know what they're doing, but they don't. All you have to do is talk to them for a short amount of time, and they will tell you that, not directly, but you will hear it, that they don't individually know what they're doing. If they have a man in their life, they're as close to knowing what they're doing as possible. And even then they don't. They're just kind of along for the ride. They might stay, they might go. You just never know. So it's not easy to deal with women. Obviously, we all know that. It's difficult. But at the same time, we have to if we want families, if we want our children, if we want our bloodline to continue, we must. And it's a sacrifice all men must make. Women know themselves how hard they are to deal with. They are not us. They will never be us. We don't expect them to be us, but we have to tell it like it is, and we have to tell the truth because this is a red pill truth. They are hard to deal with. They are a certain way, and it comes at a cost. Everyone involved takes a big risk. Every time something's happening with a female, you're taking a big risk. And you have to weigh out the pros and cons. Is this worth it or not? It's almost like buying a new vehicle. Weigh out the pros and cons. Should I do this or should I not? And even if you do it, you're still taking a risk. Sorry for yawning so much. It's just, it's late right now. And I was pretty much busy all day and just getting to this now. So yeah, I won't be as tired tomorrow. Promise you that. But yeah, guys, every time you deal with a female, you're going to take a risk. If you buy a new vehicle, you're taking a risk. It's the same thing. And hear the women comment out of nowhere, oh, what do you think we are, cars? No, it's an analogy, but it works. Buying a used car comes at a risk, even a new one. The same thing with women. Having a woman that's used, that's old, it sounds terrible for me to say that, but it's the truth. It comes at a big risk. You get yourself a brand new vehicle, a brand new woman, it's still a risk, just not as big. It's lower risk for a higher reward. Hence why men go after that. So, women have asked for certain things today, and they're getting them, but they're not liking it very much. They're actually hating what they've got. They're hating what they've asked for, and they're only now realizing it, and that's the funny thing about it. Like, what did you expect? And this doesn't go for every woman alive, but the typical modern woman, they're going to have to learn the hardest possible way known to man. And it's going to be tough. It's not going to be an easy lesson to learn. You know, they're going to have to, I'll just be real. It's going to ruin a lot of the world. It has been ruining a lot of the world. Relationships, bro, nowadays, so much is exposed. The truth about men and women's out there. We already know the stick, whatever you want to call that. It comes down to, what do you want to deal with, bro? That's what it comes down to. There's the odd rare thing out there that is worth the risk, that is worth dealing with, and it's still a risk. And everything else ain't. But if you find that odd thing, which comes around every now and then, I've taken some risks in my life. Some of them did not pay off. Some of them is yet to be known fully in a few different ways. And some is proven to a degree, but not fully. So everything is a risk. Every relationship is a risk. Every business you run is a risk. Every job you have is a risk. Every career path, every friend you have is a risk. Because you never know what you're dealing with at the end of the day until certain things come about, and that's what life is about. So, is it worth the risk? Is what you guys have to ask yourself. That's the question. There's far less risk for women in relationships because women just love time and attention and having the attention of a man so they can feel more alive, feel more seen, get their little attention span, and feel loved and all this stuff. Men don't care so much about those things. It's more so duty. It's more so we want women so we can have families and children and, you know, live life. But I'm not saying women don't want that. It's just we want different things and we have different outlooks on why we do the things we do. Women today have said a lot of stuff, and they're slowly starting to go back on the stuff they've asked for, realizing they hate it. Because it's all this independence type stuff and it's not working out for them. It's actually backfiring like I said it would, like many have said it would. A lot of these women today, bro, a lot of these modern day women are in their own way and they cannot get out of it. And it's a sad thing to witness because time is ticking. Time is ticking. You know that clock? You know that watch on your wrist? It's ticking. They're not getting no younger. They're getting older. A lot of them act like they have forever to live, and it's not the reality. They move that way, taking everything for granted, not making the right moves, telling themselves lies, comforting lies, which is very bad. Because I could tell myself cocaine is good. Cocaine's good for me. It's good. So let me take it. It's good for me. And then you take it and you keep taking it because you convince yourself it's good. That is literally the story in a nutshell of what is happening in today's world when it comes to women and their decision making. I promise you guys, to a T, that is what's happening. You guys are witnessing it. You guys are seeing it. How many times have women had an ideal situation and they literally effed it all up? How many times? And then they look deeper into it and it's like they start to like have that regret. They start to look at what they've done and it's like, oh my God, the guy they were with is with somebody else now. And they're like, oh my God. They're in a panic because they're not in that position anymore because they passed it up. They think, what have I done? you have done it. It's what you've done. You've done it. There's certain things you cannot take back. And certain people you think you can mess around with, they will no longer be there. They'll no longer be in the picture because you've taken it for granted. You acted like it was just going to be there forever. And you found out otherwise. And it's a harsh awakening. It's a harsh reality. And, women are starting to despise the decisions they've made. And this doesn't go for every woman, because obviously some women have done it very right. They got the man that they wanted, and they're doing pretty well. And that's what every woman should strive to do, is to get that ideal situation going for themselves, instead of having it and effing it up, having it, taking it for granted, having it, thinking you want something different, all to realize that thing you had, that was the different thing. That happens too. Women can have that thing that's special with some other man. They leave that to look elsewhere, not realizing there's nothing else out there. That thing they had was that special thing. How many times does stuff like this happen? Countless amounts of times. Countless. It's happening right now as we speak to somebody in the world. Someone in the world is making a terrible decision right now as we speak. Obviously. And men are seeing it, bro. Men are seeing it. Men have no problem walking away from these crazy situations, laughing all the way to the bank, becoming better versions of themselves. And it's what everybody should do, because that is what life is about for both men and women. But a lot of people just seem to be messing up today, and it's the way a lot of things are going. We must also be strict with the people we have that is in our life. Not strict because we want to be controlling or toxic or anything like this, which is what people say. We are strict because we love the people in our life enough to tell them the truth, because we love them, because we want things to work, because we want them to be who we know they have to be for us. We are being what they need us to be. We need them to be what they need to be for us. That's the only way anything's going to happen or work in this world, guys. I promise you, it's the only way. But women are asking for far too much today that is out of their realm, and it's literally messing everything up in so many ways. They don't understand or realize what they have, and it's completely insane. It's completely insane. There's tons of men that is good enough for them all around, and they act like there's not. But who is y'all? Where's y'all's value at? They don't ever see it that way. They just think their value is sky high when it's actually not. And if it was, you would have the man you want. That is reality. A lot of people in denial today, bro. A lot of people are in their ego space, in denial, just acting all willy-nilly, and it's silly to witness. But at the end of the day, bro, we already know they got to be careful what they ask for, because if you ask for something, you might just get it. That's what's happening. That's what they're starting to realize, and they're realizing they absolutely hate what they asked for. This is what's been going on. And I guess it's still our fault. It's somehow still our fault. I don't possibly know how, but it is. Because it always comes back onto us as if it's our fault. We're just letting them dig their own graves deeper. What do you want us to do? We try to save you from yourself, and you shrug us off. Not much we can do. Besides, let things happen. And you know, men would never let things happen for the women they already have close and love dearly. But we will let it happen if we don't really care that much about you. We'll let you do whatever because we don't care that much. It's literally that way. We just don't care enough. We will let you go ahead on in life and do what you gotta do. Even some of the girls in the past that I dated, bro, I didn't fight. I didn't fight to keep them. I just let them go. Because I didn't care quite enough. And that was their decision. I'm not gonna be, oh my God, where are you going? What are you doing? No, that's your decision. I'm not close enough to you. I don't love you enough. It wasn't like that. So I let them make their own decisions, and it ended terribly every single time. Every damn time, bro, it ended terribly. So that's what you guys are seeing in this world. It didn't only happen with me and in situations I've seen. It's happening worldwide. You see women coming on these TikToks and on these reels, and they're crying. They're like literally sobbing because of what they've done. Just can't win today, bro. But you can win by yourself, that is for sure. You can win with a woman as well. It's just very rare. Very few and far between, and if you're gonna deal with a woman, it better be going and trending in that direction. But anyways, that is the end of this video. It's also very late, so I'm gonna wrap this one up right now, guys, and I will see you in the next. Better videos coming. Stay tuned. God willing, God bless. We'll see y'all at the top.